Okay, awesome. So good evening, everybody. Let me share. Oh, I do already have it shared. So as you guys know, we are wrapping up July, right? For one straight week, we've been doing Money Mastery series every single day. Reputation is key. Guys, we are saying the same thing over and over and over multiple times to different people, right? So if you master this presentation, like you're gonna be spitting it, right? So today's Tuesday, 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday is gonna be 7:30. And then come August 1st, right? We go back to our weekly Money Mastery series. Good evening, Donna, Odetta, Ramon, everyone. Yes, good evening, good evening. Good evening, Sean. Oh, let me go to the roster. So we have my man, Richard from Jersey. Richard, is Matt on? Can Matt get on? Shout out to Vita. Hey, Mickey, I see you. Hey, Jean, I see you. Miss Cheryl, Cheryl, you need to come on board and do this business. You are on here every single day like if you in this business, but I love it, right? I love it. Donna, we see you from Texas. Who else? Floyd, I see you. Donna and Jesse. So Jesse, I'm going to be on your case, Jesse. We got to get these exact same webinars in Espanol because we already have the documents, right? We already have the presentation, same 3 rules of money, same step 1, step 2 in Espanol. So listen, I could read Spanish, but I'm not going to be able to do all that extra stuff. So let's get it in Spanish. And we have Ramon, right, who is like all over this stuff, and he just got his license. So we could also like collab with him. But anyway, so tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7:30, and come August 1st, we go back, right? We go back to once a week, and I'm going to give a quick shout out to the folks that are going to kick us off, right? Come August 1st, we have Usha and Vita, right? So I hope you guys are ready. The next Thursday, August 8th, we have Shelly-Ann, Andrea, Jean, and Richard. The third Thursday in August, which is August 15th, we have Karen and Cliff. Karen and Cliff, are you guys both on, or is it just Cliff on? Right?
I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So again, mark the dates that you guys are doing. August 1st, Usha and Vita. August 8th, Andrea, Shelly, and Jean, Richard, right? August 15th, Karen, Cliff, and Jean. I kind of throw Jean in there because it's going to be a Jamaican night. Wagwan. Bring out all the yard man and the yard woman. Right? August 22nd, I have my St. Vincent people in the building. Shout out to Rohan and Imara. August 29th, we go back to Usha. Oh, it's going to be a guys' night. August 29th is going to be Usha, Richard, and Cliff. And Richard's got the gift of the gag. I'm tempted to put in there Mickey. But Mickey, I don't know. I gotta check you out some more, right? But guys, we are saying the same thing over and over, right? If you go to Broadway play, would you know if the actors mess up? What are you guys thinking?
No, you not know, because someone will come in and try to get it off, so you would not even see that. It just look like a skit.
Right. So when we go to Broadway play, we don't know what's coming first, second, third. We don't know what the line is. We wouldn't even know if the actor messed up, even though they're doing it every night or every week. We would not know, right? Because we don't know what we don't know, right? We don't know what to expect. It's going to be the same for all of us. If I come on here and I don't go according to the script, or I don't say everything I wrote down, y'all not gonna know if I miss one thing or 2 things, right? You're not gonna know. So I will tell you, as a presenter, you never say, oh, I messed up, oh, I forgot to say this. No, you say that off the grid, right? You say that on the side to whoever, but you don't say it. When we come out here, it's showtime. Even with modeling, if somebody is like, if they're modeling it and they do the wrong step or the wrong turn or they fall down, no, you get up and you keep walking that runway, right? So I'm putting it out right now. Same with you, Ramon. All of you guys that are doing this business, there's going to be a time where you may forget something. Don't worry. Keep it pushing. Reputation is key, right? So I'm going to kick off with this video. And if you guys want this video, right, it's also on my YouTube channel, right? So make sure you grab this. I love playing this video because it just kind of sets the tone of who WFG is, right? WFG is not no small pawn, right? It's a big, big, big company. So let me play it. We don't want to watch this. I don't know what that is. Perfect.
One of WFG's strengths is that regardless of
Spanish,
who you are, regardless
Spanish,
of
Spanish.
you're gonna see someone like you winning.
WFG is a blessing.
Dr. Fumbo,
for
African.
the average person that looks like me, that talks like me, to become financially independent, to really, really achieve the true American dream.
We come from all different walks of life, from all states, all provinces of Canada, from all age groups and all different types of educational backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds. We speak so many different types of languages. Basically, financial education attracts everybody.
Well, I believe that by doing a financial education, you bring value to the marketplace. And if I bring value to the marketplace, I don't have to sell to them.
What I love the most about WFG is the approach on how we do it. We go after, in my opinion, the people that really need our help. The mom and dad, the teacher that's making 40, 50, 60,000 a year, that in reality, a big financial institution is not gonna go and talk to her.
We have no requirements for you to come see us. It doesn't matter how many assets you have or how much debt you have. We will sit down with you and go with you step by step to help you reach your best financial foundation.
And the culture of this company make all the difference. They allow us to actually shine.
We're able to have complete control over our business. You know, that is why we have seen so many women join this business, so many families are doing this business together.
So the real ceiling here is the only one you put yourself. If you have the drive and the intention and you do things right, the company is going to support you 100%.
What I see as the potential for WFG is the sky is the limit.
Imagine a North America with 30 million educated families. What would that look like?
And imagine that day where every city, every zip code, every state, every major location, there's a WFG location, an agent. Just the way you see a Starbucks in every corner. When people think financial services, financial education, middle America looking for help, they're going to be thinking of WFG.
That is our vision for the future, and we know at WFG we can make that happen.
This is a business for yourself, but you're not by yourself.
With the new change in leadership in Transamerica and Aegon, it has been a breath of fresh air.
Me being in this business now 18 years, I've seen a huge impact just in the last 24 months.
They are making a tremendous effort to come meet us and get to know who we are.
It's been a successful story, not just for me, but for many of the people on the team.
This is the exciting time.
The exciting part of building a company like WFG is not just the end result, it's the journey. Is the personal growth.
WFG has taught me to become a better spouse, a better parent, a better daughter, because when you're in this business, it makes you think about everybody.
The secret weapon of WFG is the people that we brought into our business. It's the community, it's the environment that lets you see who you are and what you can become.
Awesome. Thank you. I love that video. Let me stop it. So, good evening, people. My name is Odetta King. I am a Senior Marketing Director with World Financial Group. I am a Senior Marketing Director with World Financial Group. I've been doing this business for 7 years, and I got so many more years to go because I love everything WFG. No other company can buy me, can sell me. I don't care what they're giving me over there. I've planted my seed. This is it. WFG has done so much for me and my unborn kids. I'm forever grateful to Angel, who is Espanol, right? Angel, apparently he went to Kingsborough Community College, and I also went there, but then I also teach there. And about 7 years ago, every semester we would bring back students to talk about how, education has prepared him for the real world. And he was one of the students that came back to speak. So sometimes you see, when you do freebie, or when you go give your time, or when you go volunteer, or when you go give speech talks, whatever, you may go for, just to give back to the community. But in the end, it ended up blessing him, because him and I connected. He recruited me. I didn't even think about it, because all I heard was saving money and growing money. Not even the business. I just heard saving money, growing money, and I was like, I'm in. And he gifted me the book Saving Your Future, 86-page long. Read it, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm a professor and I don't know none of this stuff? Like, how pathetic is this? So if I don't know it, there must be a lot of other people who also don't know this stuff. So back then, we never used to do webinar. We had in-person workshop. I live in Brooklyn. He's in the Bronx. They had a workshop in the Bronx at Mercy College. And guys, I was so shallow. Like, I'm thinking I'm going to go there just to meet other faculty, just to network and see what their curriculum is like, and network with other teachers, whatever. So I'm thinking I'm going there to make some connection for the school. I got there, and the presentation that they shared, like, I just whipped out my credit card. I whipped out my credit card to be a member. I didn't understand the business. The business went over my head. All I know, sign me up, because I'm used to, like, people registering to learn. So for me, it was like, okay, sign me up. I'm going to take another course now to learn about money, right? So it's a no-brainer. So guys, worst case scenario, I'm going to say this. Everybody needs to be a member of WFG. Need to be a member and learn about money. Worst case scenario, because we're not learning this information at school, right? So I signed up because I'm thinking education, learning, classroom, whoop, whoop. I'm going to stick another course. I'm going to take another course. That's how I saw it. Like, I'm going to sign up to take another course. And that course was like a series of workshops. This is why I will forever continue doing these workshops, because I know they add value. I signed up, attended a couple of the workshops, and I was like, this is too good to keep to myself. Maybe I should go get that license, right? So I signed up in August, and then I got my license and never looked back. I was so excited in the beginning. I didn't know much, but the excitement just had me booking appointments to put them in front of my trainer. And before you know it, I signed up. I started the business in August. The next thing I know, come January with our convention, and Coach Swan says, Odetta, we need you on stage. And I'm like, what? Like, what did I do? I don't even know what I did. But apparently what I did is I recruited so many people from the time I had started the business without even knowing anything, right? So sometimes when you know too much, it cripples you. When you know too much, sometimes it cripples you because you want to be perfect. I didn't know anything. All they told me to do, 3330, 117, do this, do this, do this, do this, set up appointments, bring the people to me. I remember specifically, like, my trainers would say, Odetta, just set up appointments and put the people in front of me. I'll do the rest. And I did that. And then before you know it, I signed up so many people. I brought on board so many people, and I was not selling them on the business. I was selling them on come learn financial education. Come learn how to save, grow, and protect your money. Come learn. Just come and freaking learn about money. Come and learn what's going on with your 401k. Come and learn how the banks are robbing us. Come and learn about compound interest. I wasn't pitching the business. I was pitching education. Come learn, come learn, come learn. Right? So when Coach said, Odetta, we need you up on stage, which, by the way, Coach Swan makes. Can anybody tell me how much does Coach Swan make? Put in the chat. How much does Coach Swan makes per year? Put it in the chat, chat. Let's see if you guys remember. How much does Coach Swan makes? He is one of the biggest builders. Well, he is the biggest builder, period, in WFG. How much does Coach Swan make per year? Yes, Donna. Donna, you're a good student. She remembered 20 million per year. At the time, 7 years ago, he wasn't making 20 million per year. I think he was like at 7 or 8 million per year. It's still a lot of money. Okay? Like, I'll just take one. It's still a lot of money, right? He is the biggest builder in all of WFG, 20 million a year. And to be doing that kind of volume, his organization is all about education. Education, teaching. So this is where it kind of planted in the seed. I am already an educator, so I just need to keep teaching this stuff, right? So part of that led me to write my own books, right? So the first book that I wrote, If You Ain't Stacking, You're Dropping. This is a book from A to Z, talking about finance, from budgeting to saving to investing to, of course, cash value life insurance. Well, we cover all types of life insurance. We go all the way to estate planning. So now that you have all this stuff, how are we going to lock it up to make sure when we die, the next generation don't squander it? So from A to Z, it's really, really simple. And everything that I wrote and everything that I know about money is because of WFG. My second book, This Is Why You're Broke. And here I realized that you could give somebody $1 million a day and they're still going to tell you, no, I'm good. Like, really? You're good? I'm giving you an idea to make millions of dollars and you're saying you're good? Like, who is giving you this, right? If you ain't stuck, this is why you're broke. And when I say broke, we cover all facets, right? So we're looking at mental, physical, spiritual, and of course, financial. My third book, because then I realized some people just need to be handheld, right? I have a savings challenge group where people are challenged to save $5,000 a month. Some people have like almost over $10,000 a month. I can think of this one particular girl who's a business owner. And I realized that sometimes you tell people what to do, but then you need to check in with them. You need to hold their foot to the fire. You need to make them accountable. You need to stay on top of them. So Let's Get Rich Journal Planner was birthed. And again, this is to hold you accountable and oh my God, you know what I love with this book? Hold on, let me show you guys. Even for me, it keeps, if somebody's like, well, Odetta, what should I focus on? Well, we have a month by month checklist, everything you should be doing. So for example, January, we kick off the year, set up your financial goals. What is your goal for this year, right? And of course, you got to start saving money in January because you spent a whole bunch of money from Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas. You spend too much money, now we got to bail up back the savings, right? So that's what we focus on in January. February, we review our expenses. We look at our credit score. Like every month, it's a month by month breakdown on things you should be doing with your finance. And then, because I'm also an educator and I do a lot of career talks and I go to a lot of schools here in Brooklyn and I talk to these, high schools and junior high school and middle school and all these different schools. Last year, or I think it was the year before, Playground Millionaire was birthed. This is my all-time bestseller because I realized that if I go to an adult and I say, hey, let me show you how to save for your retirement, or how is your retirement looking? I get a lot of people will say, oh, that I'm good. But if I say, hey, your daughter, little Jessica, how would you like little Jessica to be a millionaire? Let me show you how to set Jessica up to be a millionaire. Right? Or let me show you how to make sure that little Jessica doesn't get bogged down with student loan, right? Or let me show you when little Jessica turned 25, how much money she could have for a down payment of her house, start a business, or whatever. Let me show you how to plot out little Jessica's entire future and not just save for college, right? Not just save for lunchtime, but rather for a lifetime. Then I realized they're listening. They're paying attention. Really? How? Tell me more. Goddamn, Playground Millionaire, right? So I just finished coming back from the nail salon. I got my nails done. This Vietnamese lady, really, really nice. And guys, it doesn't matter how much money you have. People love free stuff. This lady, she did my nails. She did my toes. She did my eyebrow. But not only, she stood out from everybody else because she also educated me how to care for my nails, how to care for my skin. None of the other nail salons that I go to, they just do it, charge me, I'm out the door. She went a step further. She educated me on things to do after, right? She even ended up selling me things that I could use after. So she educated me, not just get your nails done and then go home, right? And then she also was hospitable, you know, like she gave us tea, she gave us candy, she even gave us like some healthy snacks. Like she gave me value, and plus it was free. Like all those extra stuff was free. So it made me realize, which I've already been doing, my clients, my personal clients, if I open IULs for their kids, I'm gifting them an IUL because I want this book on the kitchen table. I want this book somewhere sitting in their house. So when their friends come over and say, hey, what is this? Oh, I set up this thing for Jessica. You know what? You should do one too. It's free, but it goes a long way, right? So that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and I love this opportunity. I'm going to give you guys lots of resources because I see we have a lot of agents on tonight, and I will tell you, we keep saying the same stupid thing. No, it's not stupid, but we keep saying the same thing over and over. So you have to master your presentations, right? So when it comes to money, there are rules. Most people never even knew that money has rules. Well, money has rules. And if you know it, you're ahead of the game. And if you don't know it, you're just like in La La Land, just wondering, life is just life in you, right? But when you know these rules, at least you have that competitive edge, right? The first rule to money is compound interest. And this was created by Albert Einstein, my uncle, right? Genius, right? So Albert Einstein says, in order for us to know how many years your money is going to take to double, because that's what we really wanted to do. You're going to take the number 72. Don't ask me why it's 72. I'm not Albert Einstein, okay? Take the number 72 and divide it by the rate of return, which is your interest. So if we're getting 4%, 72 divided by 4% is 18 years. Assuming you have a newborn today, and let's say you had $10,000 saved up because you got money for the shower and all these other things, and it was $10,000, and you're earning 4%. Well, in 18 years, that $10,000 doubles to 20, and now 18 years, that $20,000 doubles to 40. Your child is 36 years old. Is 40,000 going to be enough? No, I don't even care if you go to like the poorest part of the Caribbean. 40,000 is not going to be enough in 36 years. But I'm going to scoot over to the far right. 12% divided by 72 is now 6 years. So your 10,000 is doubling out every 6 years. And guys, every one of us on this call, we've already had multiple 6 years cycle. So all of us on this call should have had, and again, I don't know what you have, you don't know what I have, but all of us, including myself, we all could have had more money if we knew this rule. So when clients say to me, Odetta, I'm good, I know you're not good. Even if you have a lot of money, you could have been better, right? So now this money is doubling every 6 years. I've been in this country almost 30 years. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've had 5 cycles that I could have been doubling my money. But we don't know what we don't know, right? So wherever you're putting your money, it has to be compound, and you want to get a high interest because the higher the interest, the quicker your money is doubling. The banks does not do compound interest. The bank does simple interest. So simple interest and compound interest is 2 different types of stuff. Compound interest is interest on top of your principal plus the interest. So more money is being added interest on, right? So he who knows it will make money, and he who does not know this rule are going to lose money. And I say lose because really they're going to lose out, right? Because you woulda, shoulda, coulda had 640,000, but if you're only getting 4%, you only have 40,000. So you lost 600,000. Or another way this is going to happen is if you have debt, credit card, student loan. If it's at 12%, your debt is doubling on you. They're never going to tell you this because they don't want you to pay off your debt. They want you to stay in debt longer, because the longer you stay in debt, the more money they're making off of you, right? So prime example is mortgages. They love to give you a mortgage. Well, let me not say they love to, because it's a hassle to even get approved and qualify for a mortgage. But they love to give us a 30-year mortgage. Why 30 years? Well, if you borrowed $10,000 from the bank as a down payment for your house, in 30 years, now you owe them $320,000. Look how much interest they made off of you. They're not going to tell you, oh, you know what? Try to pay it off before it doubles. Get a side job. Get a business. Sell something. Get a side hustle. Do whatever you need to do to pay it off before it doubles. They will never tell you this, because it doesn't benefit them if they tell you this. So guys, when people say to you, oh, how come I don't know about this? How come I never heard of it? How come my tax person didn't tell me? How come my financial advisor didn't tell me? Well, no offense, but most of them don't even know it themselves. And I'm saying this with all due respect, because we have tax professionals, we have CPAs, and they too, when I sat with a particular individual who is a tax professional, she did not know this information. And Myra will tell you it too. This business, because now she's able to add more value to her clients. First rule to money, right? We got to get it to compound. Second rule deals with how the money is growing. And as the money is growing, we have to keep it safe. We have to protect it, right? See on the side here, it says protection. Yes, you don't want to grow, but then it could like be poof, disappear. So if you have your money in the bank, which is fixed, your money is safe, but it's not going to grow a lot. If you put your money in the stock market, which is variable, Google the word variable, it means up and down. So here, there is nothing safe about the stock market, guys. There's absolutely nothing safe about the stock market. You are gambling. It is what it is. We're just here to educate you. You could make a lot of money in the stock market, but you could also lose a lot of money in the stock market. It is what it is. Our job is just to educate you, right? The third place you can put your money to grow is with insurance companies. And not every insurance company, right? There's about 50 only of them that offers index strategies. And when your money is indexed with an insurance company, it means now that your money is safe and your money is growing. So here you have the escalator effect. It could only go up. There's no down. So you see this gray line? This means the stock market went down. But because your money is with an insurance company, which is insuring your money is indexed, and when the market goes down, you see this padlock? Your money or your gains are locked in. So I don't know about you, but guys, let me ask you a question. Do you want to be rich for sure? Or do you want to be rich right now? Do you want to be rich for sure? Or do you want to be rich right now? Because there is a difference. Somebody who wants to be rich right now could be broke in the future. But if I'm on a path to be rich for sure, I may take a little longer. I may have not so much 40-50% stock market growth. I may be capped at maybe 13%, but I'm for sure gonna be rich. I'm for sure gonna stay rich. I'm for sure rich because my money is only going up. It's never coming down. You could only get this with put my phone on do not disturb when I'm doing my live and my webinars, right? So now that you know the 3 different ways how your money grows, do you want to keep it with the bank where it's safe, but it's not going to grow a lot? Do you want to put it in the stock market where, yes, you could be a multimillionaire today, but what about next 5 years, next 10 years, next 15 years, next 20 years? Or do you want to put it with an insurance company where for sure you're going to be rich? There's no downside. Third rule to money, how it gets taxed. And here they got us good. They tricked us. They blindfolded us. They scammed us. They never educated us. They do not want us to know the taxation. They tricked us. Because I hate when I see people have so much money in the wrong buckets. The wrong buckets. Somebody put in the chat, what are the wrong buckets? Why is it not good to have it in the wrong buckets? Right? Put in the chat. So tax now are these accounts. You get paid at your job. They tax your income before you could even spend the money or get the money. They tax it. Now you put the money in these accounts. And as your money grows in these accounts, you get what's known capital gain tax. Uncle Sam is going to tax you on the gains of your money. It is what it is. We're just here to educate you. It is what it is. Our job is to educate the public. We don't sell, we educate, right? Tax later, Uncle Sam says, and he makes it easy for all of us. He makes it easy for the corporations, and he tell everybody, listen, get all of them to sign up for these accounts. I'm going to give you a back end cut. I'm going to give you a tax write-off. I'm going to hook you up. Get all of them to sign up for these accounts. And I'm going to cut you a deal on the side. And what do? They got all of us to sign up for these 401ks. And now your 401k statement shows you got $500,000. But do you really have $500,000? What your 401k statement says right now, whatever the amount is, do you really have that amount? Put in the chat. If your 401k statement says you have $1 million, do you really have $1 million? It's $1 million on paper, but you ain't got $1 million because now Uncle Sam is going to tax that money. So the bigger question is, how much do you get to keep? How much are you getting to keep? Because it says I got $1 million, but they never told you, don't forget we got to tax this money, honey. So it's not all yours. Uncle Sam got to get his cut. It is not all yours. Don't get it twisted. It is not all yours. You're not going to keep all of it. So, do we think 30 years ago, or do we think 30 years from now, do we think taxes are going to go up or is it going to come down? Is it going to go up or is it going to come down 30 years from now? Right? Because most of you are still in your working years, right? So we're not ready to start taking out money, right? Some of you have kids, you have your grandkids. Do we think taxes are going to go up or down? So for the people who would say, because I'm always ready in my presentation, I'm answering objection questions. For the naysayers who are going to say, well, Odetta, we don't know for sure. Taxes might really go down. I'm going to be like, girl, like which news you watching? Right? And this is where I'm going to whip out this website. And you guys should all save this website. US Debt Clock. And I'm going to put it in the chat. Right? Really good resources for the naysayers, for the people who are going to say, well, I think taxes are going to go down, girl. I think we're going to be okay. Really? Well, what you reading, right? Because according to the US Debt Clock, the country is broke. According to the U.S. debt clock, we owe as a nation 35 trillion, but our national revenue is 4 trillion. You owe 35, but you're making 4. That's a huge deficit. Like, how you ever gonna make up to pay off this 35K, this 35 trillion? Like, how? How they're gonna do it is increase taxes. All forms of taxes. Now, yes, there's no guarantee, but the writing is on the wall. A blind person can see this. You owe 35, but you're only making 4. How are we going to get out of this hole? And by the way, these numbers are climbing. You see how it's climbing? You see how it's climbing? I can't even keep up with how it's climbing. It is climbing. It is racing. So next year, this might be 36 trillion. It is racing. This is a live clock. This is the U.S. debt clock. It is racing. And it's not coming down. It's going up. Like, not even in seconds. Look how the numbers are changing so fast. Right? So what does that say about your retirement money? If you're working right now, and by the time you're 65, let's say you do have $1 million in your 401k, how much you get to keep? How much you get to keep is the bigger question. How much you get to keep, you do not know. Like, you don't know. You don't know how much you're going to pay in tax. You don't know what's going to happen to the stock market. Why are people putting money in accounts that they have no control and they don't know? I don't know. I don't know how much tax is going to be. I don't know what's going to happen to the stock market. But you put in all your money in that account for a period when you're going to need it the most? It's ludicrous. It is ludicrous that we all got scammed into believing this nonsense. Like, every time I do this presentation, it chokes me up that we got duped. We got sold on put all of your money in this special account, and I don't know how much I'm going to pay in tax, and I don't know how much I'm going to get to keep, and I don't know if the stock market drop. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, when you talk about scamming, this is the ultimate scam. That everybody get duped into this. And here we are educating the public, and it's making us look like we're the bad guys. It's making us look like we are lying because everybody else is doing the wrong thing and everybody else think they're doing the right thing. And here we come and we're showing them the proof. It doesn't even make sense to a 2-year-old. Like, you tell a 2-year-old this stuff on their level. No, it doesn't make sense, but we're doing it, right? That's tax later. All of these accounts, tax later. You are not in control with tax later account. You are 100% not in control. You're not in control on how much tax you get to pay. You're not in control if the stock market drop. You're not in control how much you get to keep. You are not in control. You're not the one making the decisions. And even when you die, you're still not in control how much of this money is going to go to your kids and grandkids. It is ludicrous. Oh my God, I'm fired up. But then there's light at the end of the tunnel. We got tax-free accounts. And with tax-free accounts, these accounts, you pay the tax today. So later on when you're 65 and 70 or whatever age, you ain't got to worry about the taxes because you're keeping all your money. Now, all of these accounts are good when it comes to the tax piece. But make no mistake, they all have their pros and cons. Some of them have their advantages and disadvantages. Case in point, Roth IRA. Can you put $1 million in a Roth IRA? Can you put $100,000 in a Roth IRA? No, you cannot. In fact, if you make too much money, you can't even get a Roth IRA. So they all have their plus and minuses. The one that has the most bang for its buck, put in the chat. out of all of these tax-free accounts, which one has more bang for your buck? Which one has more advantages and, in my opinion, no disadvantage? Which one? Which one has the most bang for its buck? Can you put $1 million in an IUL? Can you put 20 million in an IUL? Of course. I had a businessman that told me, oh, Dad, I want to put $100,000 a year for 5 years. Duh, done. Right? We had a business partner who won the lottery, 7 million. His IUL alone, watch this, he won the lottery 7 million. But how much did he get to keep? How much did he get to keep? Because he won a lottery, right? He had to pay tax. How much does he get to keep? And what vehicle could he have dumped $1 million in a Roth? Could he have dumped $1 million in a 529 college saving plan? No, right? Cash value life insurance. I love when people say, oh, that what's the max I can put? How much you want to put? You can put 40 million, 60 million, 100 million. Yeah. Yeah. Right? You think these presidents are putting $500, $10,000? No, we have high profile clients that are dumping $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, $300,000 a year. Yeah. Right? That business partner that won the lottery, he dumped $1 million in his IUL. So the 7 million that he won at the lottery, guess what? This business is awesome. He won 7 million with the lottery. 3 million went in taxes. How about that? 3 million went in taxes. So now he's left with 4. From that 4, he took $1 million and he dumped in IUL. That IUL that he dumped, the death benefit, took him back to 7 million, just like that. Just like that. He won 7 from the lottery, paid 3 in tax, ended up with 4, took that 4, out of that 4, 1 million he dumped in IUL, shooting back up to 7 million. To God be the glory. We love this business. We love this business. He just got back his 7 million. And this time around, the 7 million is tax-free because it's a cash value life insurance. Don't play with this business. Everybody needs an IUL. Right? So, let's talk about the IUL. Cash value life insurance. It is not your typical grandma, auntie, cousin cash value life insurance. This is an IUL. IUL stands for Index Universal Life. We consider it a strong financial foundation. It is the cornerstone of your financial house. Transamerica is leading. They are sweeping the chart. They are #1 for 11 consecutive quarters. That's almost 3 years. #1. You know how hard it is to be #1? Much less back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back, 11 consecutive. Listen, some people are going to be #1 for once in their lifetime. But this company has been #1 for 11 consecutive. Not #1 today, and then 5 years, #1 again, and then 3 years, #1 again, and then 2 years. No. Consecutive, back to back, #1. Listen, that's a big deal, because you know how hard is it to be #1? And they've been #1 for IUL, beating the IUL space. So if you got an IUL with Transamerica, you good. You ahead of the curve. You ahead of the most people, because they don't even know this stuff, right? And if you don't have an IUL, make sure you get an IUL, especially if you're doing this business. And if you are a client, make sure you get an IUL for everybody in your family, because the same way how everybody got a bank account, everybody needs an IUL. There's 25 benefits. I don't have time to go into the 25 benefits. It is in my book, 25 benefits to an IUL. Transamerica has $404 billion in revenue. Transamerica is the #1 term life by Forbes. We can't rate ourselves. The people got to rate us, right? They've been named for best living benefits. Somebody put in the chat, what is living benefits? What are living benefits? Somebody put in the chat, right? Because I know we got some medical people on the line, right? Put in the chat, what is living benefits, right? So let's think of it this way. If you get sick, heart attack, cancer, stroke, chronic, critical, terminal, you got some money coming to you. So you ain't got to be stressed out about the bills. You ain't got to be stressed out about the finance. Just go see the best doctor and worry about getting back healthy. Go see the best doctor and worry about getting back healthy. But we are not going to be over here worrying about the bills. We are not going to be over here worrying about the payment, worrying about, oh, this insurance can't take us. We got to stay within network. We're not doing that network stuff. We're going to the best. We are going to the best. We're not staying within network because the insurance said, oh, you can't go out of the network. No. When you are ill, you want to have the best. There is no shortcut. There is no cutting corners. There is no, oh, I got to stay within my budget. I got to see this type of doctor because it's what my insurance can afford. No, we want the best. Living benefits. That's like your black card. That's like your American Express when it comes to your health, right? So if you're wondering why I got 3.5 million, because I want the best, God forbid if my health ever fails. I don't want to stay within the network and be limited to who I could see, right? I don't want to have to worry about the mortgage and losing my house, because we have stories of people who got diagnosed with cancer. They fought the cancer, they died, and they lost everything afterwards. Their kids had to leave the house. Their kids had to leave the house. Their kids were babies. Their kids were minors. Their husband lost the house because now the wife is gone. Two rents are gone. I mean, 2 income are gone, and they can't upkeep the everything that's left standing watching them. Yeah, this stuff is happening. This stuff is real, right? So you put things in place. Transamerica is an A-rated company. Don't mess with them. A-rated. And again, number 1, 11 consecutive quarters. So what is this IUL data that you're raving about? Well, listen, if you don't understand nothing, all I'm going to say, you need to get it. You need to get it because it's better than your bank account. You need to get it because it's better than your 401k. You need to get it because you're going to get more interest than the stock market, than your bank account. You need to get it because you ain't going to lose no money like when the stock market go down. You need to get it because it's tax-free money, and tax-free money means it's more money. You need to get it. You ain't got to understand it. Just get it. Because I promise you, now you have a strong financial foundation. Just get it, right? When I saw this stuff 7 years ago, the thing that stood out to me is weight. Because at the time, I was like losing money in the 401k. And I was like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I'm not going to lose? Like, I'm not going to lose no money no more? Like, I didn't even understand everything. I just understand like one thing. But then you're not going to lose no more money. I was like, for real? Forget the life insurance. I'm not even thinking about the life insurance. All I heard is, oh, Daddy, you're not going to lose no more money. And I was like, really? Sign me up. Because I knew what is it like to be losing money in the stock market. I'm one of those people that used to max out my 401k. Because I love saving money. So when they told me these 4 things, forget the growth. I wasn't even thinking about the growth. I wasn't even thinking about the life insurance. I wasn't even thinking about the living benefits. All I heard is, oh, Daddy, you're not going to lose no money. Oh, Daddy, you're not going to lose no money. Oh, Daddy, you're not going to lose no money. Sign me up. And I had a hard time getting it too. But I got it. And I was like, damn, I got it. I'm going to get more. Start making more money in this business. Got more. Made more money. Got more. Because now I understand the bank is putting my money here anyways. They're the one making this 13% anyways. So screw the bank. I'm not putting a lot of money in the bank no more. I'm my own bank. Let me get this 13%. Let me get this 0.75 guarantee no loss. Let me get this tax-free money that I could pull out at any age. Because my first house, I pulled money out of my 401k. And because it was a house, fine, I didn't get hit with the penalty, but I got hit with the taxes. Now, you mean to tell me I could pull out $100,000 out of my IUL, no tax, no penalty? Sign me up for another IUL. because it's tax-free money. And now I understand tax-free money means more money. Everybody needs an IUL. Why not? You got a bank account? You need an IUL. You got a 401k? You need an IUL. It's that simple, right? Every person in America needs to have an IUL as part of their financial strategy. And remember, you hear me say IUL, not cash value life insurance, because there's different types of cash value life insurance. You could have a whole life cash value life insurance, but I'm talking about IUL. IUL is like the new smartphone. You got all the bells and whistles. You want to make Zoom, you could use your phone. You want to send an email, you could use your phone. You want to send a text, you could use your phone. You want to take pictures, you could use your phone. You want to do a video, you could use your phone. IUL is like your smartphone. Everybody needs one. And then, of course, there's protection. I am going to die after all someday. So, to my demise, somebody else is going to have a better life. Right? Imagine if my great-great-great-grandparents had died and then I wasn't born yet, but there's money waiting for me to buy my first house, my first car, or to help me. Now we get to do this, right? So you have protection because we're all going to die someday. And then we got living benefits because we're living in times where people are getting sick. People are, you see a lot of people walking around here, they on medication, including myself, with this goddamn pump. That now they say I got asthma, but thank God I got my IUL a long time ago. So I'm good, right? I'm good. So nobody's thinking about the chronic, the critical, the terminal illness. All of this you're getting with an IUL and more. But we're just talking about these four here. So let's talk about the last 20 years. If you were saving money in an IUL 20 years ago, and you were saving an average about $200 a month, today, 10 years later, you would have almost $37,000. Or 20 years ago, you would have almost $117,000. Or 30 years ago, $300,000. How many of us have $300,000 tax free? Because if you got $300,000 in your 401k, it is not tax free. And by the way, you're still at risk of losing it any minute, any day, any week, any time, any year. Or if you had started with $300, 30 years now, you got almost $500,000. Guys, if you Google the average 401k or retirement savings, it is not 400,000. It is not 300,000. It is in the 200,000. And that 200,000 has to be taxed. So how much they get to keep? Less than 200,000. And if you were saving $500 like myself in my stupid 401k, guys, it eats me up that I woulda, shoulda, coulda have this type of money right now sitting in my IUL tax free. Almost $1 million. Shy of $1 million, $3/4. Everybody needs an IUL. Let's get you started. How much do you want to save? Let's get you started. How much do you want to save? Because I promise you, the next 30 years is not going to look like this if you don't start saving now. The next 20 years is not going to look like this if you don't start saving now. Let's get you started. How much do you want to save? Guys, I got 3 IUL and I still want more. I still want more. Why not? Why not? What is wrong with having more living benefit, more long-term care, more money, more tax-free money, more debt benefit? What is wrong? There is nothing wrong with having more money. There is nothing wrong with having more living benefits. Because nothing is going to get cheaper as we continue to live. $1 million might seem a lot today, but 30 years from now, $1 million may not be a lot. So what is wrong with having more money? We should be having more money because everything is going to go up. So the closing question, let's get you started. How much do you want to save? Let's get you started. How much do you want to save? Let's get you started. How much do you want to save? Put in the chat. Let's get you started. How much do you want to save? Right? How much do you want to save? Do you want to save 200? Do you want to save 300? Do you want to save 500? How much do you want to save? Do you get paid every week? Do you get paid bi-weekly? How much do you want to save? I still want more. I still want more, right? When I went to my first convention in WFG, I saw these people on stage talking about, I got 10 IUL, I got 15 IUL, I got 20. And I'm like, why? Why they got so much? Like, why you need so much? I get it now. The more money you make, the more money you save. When you know this stuff, you don't want to put it in the bank earning less than 1%. When you know this stuff, you don't want to keep all your money in the stock market where you're going to lose. When you know this stuff, you take advantage of this stuff. Let's get you started. How much do you want to save? Let's play along. Put in the chat. How much do you want to save? Even if you already have an IUL, how much do you want to save? Let's get you started. How much do you want to save? And that's it, right? That's it, guys. So we will see you back here tomorrow. I have the pleasure of closing out, right? This Money Mastery series. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I get to do it one more time. 7:30. We'll see you back here. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, 7:30 tomorrow. And come August 1st, Thursday at 7:30, we'll have Usha and Vita, who's going to kick off our weekly Money Mastery. So you guys will get a break from me because I'm sure y'all tired of hearing me. And you'll get to see other presenters. You'll get to hear their stories, how they got started, why they're doing this business, and share this amazing campaign with more families because everybody needs an IUL. I don't care if you got a lot of money, you got a little money, start with something and you could always increase, right? Just get started. Protect your life, protect your health. Don't be like some people who say, oh, Daddy, you know what? I'll do it next year. Come next year, now they got a chronic condition. Come next year, now they got diagnosed with something and now they're like, no, you can't get it, right? Last year, Christmas, we had a Nigerian client. I don't know, let's see if Stacy is on, right? It was Stacy's client in Canada. And the lady said, you know what? When I come back from Ghana, when I come back from Africa, you know, we'll get together in January and I'm going to do this policy with you. She never came back to the States. She never came back to the States. She died in Africa. And she died leaving 3 little kids and her husband. 3 little kids. 3 little kids. Stacy was so devastated. She was beating herself up for months that she didn't insist that lady sat with her. 3 little kids, little boys, and one of them is a special needs kid. We never got to protect the mom. Right? So don't be like some people, oh, I'll do it next year. A lot could happen in next year. A lot could happen next year. I got a client that is totally, perfectly healthy. He got declined. He got declined. He's healthy, but he got declined, right? Don't put this stuff off. Get started today. How much can you save? So guys, thank you so very much for your time. We will see you back here tomorrow at 7:30. And those of you that are agents, if you need anything, stay on the Zoom so we could chop it up. I know I have to meet with Mickey. Mickey, stay on. What's her name? Chandel. If you're done with that other stuff, you could also stay on so we can read. We can look through it. So if anybody has any questions, I see we're all agents, which is good. So if anybody has any questions, regarding the presentation or whatever, now is a good time because it's only agents that are on. So feel free to ask. And let me end my Facebook Live. Bye, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.